Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, so let's get to it. The very first thing I want to show you guys are a few images from Nanmu, and straight away we have this image here, and look at the incredibly beautiful detail on this head sculpt. That is just absolutely gorgeous. This figure is going to be truly incredible when Nanmu does officially release this one. It's going to take a little while before it actually comes out because we have quite a few ahead of it, but man, that is an incredibly beautiful amount of detail on that head sculpt. We also have another image here of the Apatosaurus and its box art, and actually the box itself. And looking at this, it's very confusing because you can quite clearly see that the Apatosaurus is significantly longer than the box that it will be housed in. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that the tails are probably quite flexible, which would mean that the tail would probably be curled up a bit within the box. But again, looking at these Apatosaurus figures, the actual factory released versions, they look absolutely gorgeous as far as that sculpt and paintwork goes, and having them here with the box means this release is right around the corner, and I know that this is actually Nanmu's next release that will be shipping out very soon, so this is a great time to get excited for those Apatosaurus figures. And then we have this final image from Nanmu of quite a few of the Stegosaurus figures, because there are some very interesting colors going on quite a few of them. I don't know exactly if there are going to be 3 different versions or what. All we really have is this image here of these figures all kind of together, but seeing them is definitely really quite cool. Seeing them all together here gives us kind of an idea of like a size comparison between the group and everything, and they all do look really quite cool. As far as Wild Past goes, we have 2 new images of the Majungasaurus, giving us a better look at the figure itself, and again, these images have definitely confirmed that this figure is going to be absolutely beautiful. Definitely going to be my favorite release from Wild Past the second that this figure drops. I am a huge fan of their Protoceratops, and Protoceratops is one of my favorite ceratopsians, but Majungasaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs in general, so I cannot wait to see this figure actually get released, although I do believe it has quite a ways to go before it will officially start to land in our hands, but seeing these images still has me very excited about it, and again, the sculpt and detail on this is absolutely beautiful. Another really nice figure coming from Wild Past. And then according to the Dino Toy Forum, we actually have some information on the upcoming Schleich 2021 figures, as we don't have any images, but we do have a list of species that they are apparently going to be making. They should be making a Ceratosaurus, a Pachycephalosaurus, a Caprasuchus, a Mosasaurus, and a Brontosaurus. That is the list as of right now as far as what figures they are going to be releasing next year. I cannot wait to see images of these figures. I'm really quite interested in the Ceratosaurus because I love Ceratosaurus, along with the Caprasuchus and actually the Brontosaurus. I think I'll be really interested in as well. So some really cool species coming from Schleich next year. We'll just have to wait and see what they actually look like. As far as Musee goes, we have a new figure coming from them in 1/18th scale. There is actually going to be a raw kit and a fully painted version. The fully painted version is $280 plus shipping, and the raw kit is $220 plus shipping. The actual size is 18 by 19 by 36 centimeters, and the estimated date to release is around November or December. I do believe you can order this currently from Dinosaur Darkroom on Facebook, and potentially on Dan's Dinosaurs. I don't know for sure if it's going to be on there quite yet, but there is a pretty good chance that it should be at some point in the very near future. Again, an absolutely gorgeous release from Musee, who continues to release some of the best models as far as prehistoric creatures go. Another beautiful prehistoric mammal here from Musee. And then we also have kind of a sneak peek image here of the Edel Collectibles Spinosaurus. This Spinosaurus, it looks absolutely amazing, and I'm really excited to see that they now have updated their articulation a bit, as we can now see quite a bit of articulation, like elbow and wrist articulation, and numerous areas in the neck in general, but the figure itself looks absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, there hasn't been too much going on with Edel Collectibles for a little while now, but hopefully they will get another Kickstarter going sometime in the near future, and we will hopefully all have an opportunity to pick up some of these figures at some point soon. And then as far as Memory Museum, and quite possibly my favorite reveal so far this year, we have an image of their upcoming Carnotaurus statue, fully painted. I know there are going to be 2 different versions. I do believe this is actually the exclusive version, but I'm not 100% sure, as there hasn't been any real word quite yet, but It looks unbelievable and quite possibly the single best Carnotaurus that I have seen in my entire life. There are quite a few out there that are really incredible, but this one, as far as like my personal preference goes, is gorgeous beyond belief. The sculpt is really nicely done, and the paint job is incredible. I'm really excited to see this actually get released and see what the paint scheme in person looks like in comparison to these promotional images, because as of this figure here, it is absolutely beautiful. But every Memory Museum statue that I have so far has looked pretty much exactly like the prototypes did as far as the paintwork goes, so I have high hopes for this statue and absolutely cannot wait to see this one in person. Again, an incredible Carnotaurus coming from Memory Museum. They have a ton of other figures that will be coming out at some point in the future, but this one is definitely my favorite so far. And then as far as Mattel goes, and thanks to Jurassic Bap on Instagram, they posted an image recently of a few new minifigures that have recently started to hit stores. You can see from this image here, we have a repainted Pachyrhinosaurus, we also have a repainted Dimorphodon, as well as a kind of metallic Carnotaurus. So it is nice to see even more minis getting released, but I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that at some point in the future, we could start to get new sculpts as far as the minifigures go, aside from Bumpy, that is. And also, as far as Mattel goes, and thanks to Collect Jurassic for this information, a brand new Camp Cretaceous set has recently started to hit stores in Chile, and you can see it is a Ceratosaurus Clash set with that newest kind of repainted version of the Ceratosaurus and 2 Velociraptors. The set definitely looks quite cool, and I really do want to get a hold of it just for the Ceratosaurus, as I'm a huge fan of the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus, and now having yet another version of the JP3 Ceratosaurus is really exciting if you ask me. It's definitely a little bit of a letdown just continuously seeing reused sculpts here, but we are getting a ton of new figures over time, like we recently got the Irritator and Majungasaurus, so we are just continuing on with the trend of getting a lot of repaints with some new figures as well. But I personally do really want to get a hold of this set, as I think it looks quite cool. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.